Hello, good evening everyone. So as Michael said, my name's Sarah Boyce. So I have been working at Xero for around about 5 years now, but before that I used to work in practice. So helping businesses like yourselves meet their compliance needs, advisory services and even bookkeeping as well. So I'm a bit of a country girl originally, so all of my family and extended family all have small businesses. So unfortunately what that means when I go home is I turn into a bookkeeper. But yeah. So guys, today we're going to go through, we have a little bit of an agenda, so we're just going to go through some of the features of Xero, what Xero can offer you as a business, and we're also going to touch on a little bit about HubDoc. HubDoc is an app Xero purchased in 2018, and it works really well alongside Xero to automate your document collection, and it also OCR scans those documents and pushes those through straight into Xero for you. Who struggles with accounting systems? Couples. So moving to a new system can feel very daunting. So Xero's tagline is beautiful business, and we really are about that. And what I want to demonstrate to you today is what we're doing to improve your experience. And there's nothing to worry about making a change to Xero. Some of you may already be using Xero. Some of you may be using other products, but yeah, certainly today I want to show you some of those features. So Xero's purpose and tagline is to make life better for people in small business, their advisors and communities around the world. So we're very proud at Xero of our values and our purpose. So the cloud. So talking about the cloud, talking about a single ledger. We have our information in real time that we can access anywhere on any device. And the same goes with our advisor. So our advisors can access our information when they need, to meet our compliance needs, to offer us advisory services, to help us get those BAS and tax lodgements done. So for some of you, this may still be current, or you may remember how it used to work. So the old way, the small business owner, you would have a copy of your accounts at home. Okay, and then you would then send those accounts in, maybe via CD, USB, back in the really old days, the floppy disk, and then your accountant would take a copy of that data from your desktop software or desktop product and then create their own version to do their accounts production, to lodge your BAS, to lodge your tax return, or to do some management reporting. So what that meant is you had a copy of your data at home, the accountant had a different copy in the office, and they quite often weren't aligned. Then you'd get your file back and you'd then have to do a rollover journal and update it. So that is hopefully a thing of the past, because obviously on the cloud we have that single ledger. Okay, so all of our information is live. We can collaborate better with our advisors, and we also obviously can collaborate with other entities, like the ATO. We can lodge our BASs from Xero and send information through. So that's the whole concept of the single ledger. Alrighty, so talking about a little bit about automation. So really that's certainly something that Xero is definitely about, is really about automating things to make things more efficient, to give you time back. Okay, time to go to kids' soccer practice, time to go watch Adelaide beat Melbourne. So for any Crows fans out there. So that's what Xero really is about, to help make your workflows as a small business, but also for the accountants to really automate some of those. So we use a lot of machine learning and technology at Xero. So there's obviously a lot of other companies out there that you'll be familiar with that do the same things. So, you log on to Netflix, it comes up with the movies that you recently watched, and it starts suggesting things based on AI. So these are some things that HubDoc will also do when we start getting into HubDoc, how it reads your documents and starts actually filling in that information into a transaction that can be posted then through to Xero. So it's not just Xero, and HubDoc, of course, that we have. We also have a range of add-ons that you can attach to Xero. So some of those are Xero Expenses, so that's to do any expense claims. If you have a company credit card and you want some staff to log some expenses, but you don't want them having access to the Xero account. You can sign up for Xero Expenses. It's an app that you can download. They can also log on to the browser and they can submit all your expense claims through to the bookkeeper or whoever's processing those to then pay those out. We also have Xero Projects, which is kind of new. It's been around for a couple of years now, and that really helps with job management. You can do progress invoicing. It's really, really cool. It integrates with payroll. So you have contractors out, subbies on the job. They're putting time on at the location wherever they are. You're getting all that time within Xero Payroll to then process their payroll. But what you're also getting is that job profitability within Xero Projects. So we have a really cool job profitability dashboard now, shows you a lot of cool data insights. You're also integrated into the invoicing and the quotes. Okay, so my next wish list for Xero Projects is to get some reporting into the report templates. So, and that's for the accounting advisors, but certainly from a client small business point of view, there's some really great stuff in there that may be valuable for you. So some of you may already be using tracking categories as an example to do some departmental reporting. Say between your regions, maybe not. So Xero Projects is a much more scalable product, all within the Xero suite that you can add on. Workflow Max. So Workflow Max is also a Xero product of ours that you can connect in, and that is for much larger businesses, I'd say, than Xero Projects, and it does a similar thing in terms of job management and time management. And then, of course, you have Xero Payroll. So payroll comes automatically, with some of our payroll, our Xero plans. But if, as you grow and as your business scales, you can add more and more employees as you go. So Xero Payroll can handle around about 200 employees. When you get up to that mark, we generally recommend an add-on. Talking about the add-ons. So we have just clocked over 1,000 connected apps. So that seems really daunting, but essentially that covers a wide range of industries and a wide range of functions. So anything that Xero doesn't do, there's an app for it. Okay, some of these are really specific to industry. Some industries can't operate without them. So we are very, very proud of our open API, which means anyone that would like to build a software piece into Xero is able to do that. All of these connected apps have actually passed a certification process to make sure they have support for you, to make sure they have a free trial to offer you, but also to make sure they have the right privacy and security requirements to fit in with our privacy and security requirements, which we value really, really highly. For business to feel beautiful, you really need to feel that you're in control. So often when someone starts their own business, it does get away in them. They might feel overwhelmed with all the numbers and not really understanding what's going on or how to make it better. So can anyone relate to that statement? Maybe? So Xero definitely puts the power back in your hands by giving you clear visibility of your finances. You might be wondering how Xero does that. So we have our beautiful dashboard that you're greeted with when you first log on to Xero. You can see your bank account balances, your credit card balances. You can add a chart of accounts to your watch list. So if you like to put drawings on there, or your loan accounts, or you want to track your advertising costs. You'll also see beautiful little sections for your invoices and bills to see how much you owe, but also more importantly, how much is owed to you. So the dashboard really does give you that overall view of your financial position. Just coming over to saving time in Xero. So what are some of those key features that's really going to help us in our business? And one of those is HubDoc. So we're going to concentrate a little bit more on HubDoc today. So a lot of you might be asking, what is HubDoc? So as I mentioned, HubDoc is an app that a software that Xero acquired in 2018. We have an app for HubDoc. We actually have about 6 apps that you can use with Xero if you're not aware of that, that you can download on your phone, iPad or for Android. But the way HubDoc works is that you upload your document wherever you are, whether that be out on the job, you might be at home. You can see that I've brought my own receipts here today. And when you upload that to HubDoc, there's several ways you can do that. You can do that on the app. You can do that on the browser by being logged on to HubDoc, and you can of course upload them in several ways as well. One of the most popular ways, however, is forwarding on that email. So in HubDoc you have a special email address that you can forward to HubDoc, and any email that has that PDF attachment on there will automatically turn up in HubDoc to start the AI process. It'll start to read the document, it'll start to fill in the due date, the supplier, the amount, the GST amount, etc. So once that document is in HubDoc, the data is extracted. Then once you do a little bit of setup in HubDoc, you can then have that automated and posting through into Xero. So then when you come into Xero, all you simply do is go into your draft tab, approve, and then you can continue doing your bank rec. And guess what? When you come into your bank rec, you're getting those lovely green ticks. I'll show you that in a moment. And you have that original document behind the transaction. So really, really key, particularly when you're wanting to review your accounts, making sure you've coded things in the right places, making sure you've got your GST right for the BAS, or GST right for your advisor to do the BAS, so that you have all that information there. The best thing is as well, is that once you take a copy of the receipt, you can then throw it out. Because if you're anything like me and keep receipts around, the carbon starts to wear off after a while, and you generally can't read it after a couple of months. So always good to take a photo, take a copy. So you literally could just sit there in the dining room at home and take a copy of all your documents that you need, send them through to HubDoc knowing that they will then turn up in Xero. In Xero, we also have what we call bank feeds. Now, we're very, very proud of our bank feeds. Bank feeds has been a feature of Xero nearly since it started. We have really great relationships with the banks. The bank feeds allow for that your bank information from your bank statements to come straight into Xero. There's no more double entry. You don't have to manually key in bank statements. All of that information will be there. So bank feeds, we have direct bank feeds with most of the major banks. There's like over 80 of them. So yeah, bank feeds is definitely a tool that you can be using in Xero to do your bank reconciliation. So in your bank reconciliation, once you have those bank feeds coming in, you can obviously then do matches to any of your invoices and bills if you're using those, or you can use our amazing feature called cash coding. You can also set up rules, which will really, really help with the automation. So by setting up bank rules, we're making sure that Xero remembers the next time we spend a bill at Telstra, we want that to go to telephone and internet. The next time that bill comes in, we're not going to have to code that off anywhere. Xero is going to remember that by a rule we've created, and we can automatically post that to the ledger. So Xero makes it really, really easy to reconcile your bank. And once you actually go through and reconcile, you get a big, great job and a big green tick. So it feels really rewarding once you get that bank statement down to Xero. So yeah, so I spoke briefly about our apps before. We literally nearly have an app for everything in Xero. So you know, HubDoc, Xero Projects, we have apps for payroll. So if you do have anyone, or if anyone out there is using Xero Payroll, just remember your employees can be using the app to log their timesheets and things like that, to view their pay slips. So it's really, really automated with our payroll app. But yeah, so I always say to people, definitely when you're wanting to trial something or check something out, download some of the apps and have a bit of a look around. There's lots of things you can do in the Xero mobile. You can actually go out and do your invoicing and quotes on the go. You can access your contacts. So have you ever thought you don't have someone's number, or you know that it's in a file from a supplier invoice or bill? You can actually go through and connect straight to your Xero account and access your contacts and those details in there. So yeah, that's pretty cool. You can also do bank reconciliation on the app. So do caution that, because you do still want to review the transactions. But yeah, pretty cool to be able to do all of those things within the app. As I mentioned earlier as well with projects, we have the quoting, a lovely quote to invoice flow in Xero. So if you are a business that does do a lot of quoting, you can send out online quotes, you can update amounts. It's really cool. You can also turn quotes into invoices, which saves loads of time, because it means you're copying all the information over to an invoice to then send out at the end of a job.